Well, guys, this is not where I left off. Clearly, what you guys are seeing is what was the station again?
What's that?
The place over there. What was it named?
Camden Yards.
Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, which is where I'm going to stay at well, not over there, but in this very nice looking Vans. That's my buddy Vans. That's I'm gonna sleep with. Thankfully, not in the same bed, unless he wants to.
Does the camera love me?
No, he makes you look fat.
Well, I'm not going to deny.
Yeah. So here's the main bed. We're getting up a second bed that technically will be a third bed.
Ooh, that might be it.
Let's see who came.
Hi. Yes.
I'll be right back, guys.
Second bed, Victor. Oh, this little strap here might need to be taken up. There we go. I fixed it.
You know, I was recording that.
Good!
Almost everything. But yeah, guys, like he said, we finally, as I was talking about it, we got the second bed, which I think Vance is gonna sleep on.
Bullshit!
Hey, I'm the guest of honor here, remember that? And I'm the oldest.
Yeah, remember, I'm the tallest.
You're the fattest.
Exactly, which is why I should get the bigger bed.
Anyway, guys, so what have not vlogged since Monday. So during that time, I have been traveling for over or almost 24 hours. I left home and went to the train station with my mom around just before 5 in the morning. Waited for the train to come, and then it was just a simple waiting on the train for about 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Going from
Yeah, I got that.
sorry to be interrupted again, but we got another guest. Say hi, Tyler.
Hey, the other person that paid for this room.
Yeah. No, Tyler.
Test it.
How is it?
It's not bad. I mean, it's not the best, but it's definitely sleepable.
Good.
So, Tyler.
Just need to get a couple pillows.
All right. So what we're going to be doing is, since I have one blow-up mattress for each room,
Okay.
2 people are going to be sharing the master bed. 1 person on a blow-up, 1 person on a roll-away.
Oh, good.
For us, it won't be too bad because we only have that one guy here for 1 day.
What do you mean?
Actually 2 days. It's whatever his name is, Blue Nose Reindeer, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a first.
What? Who's this? That I've never heard of.
He's one of Laser's friends. Let me look at his.
Are you fucking kidding? I wish you would have told me that sooner.
He's comping us some money for the room, so
Okay.
I'm gonna be splitting that money between us. You're gonna get some money back, and
Still, I wish I would have known ahead of time.
so.
Just a quick, important question, Tyler.
Yes.
Who do you think should lay in that bed, me or Vance?
We'll figure it out. I mean, I would prefer to be up on the bed, but I know we're gonna be sharing. It doesn't matter to me where we end up.
Yeah.
Blue Nose Reindeer Angel Dragon.
Never heard of him or her.
I really have no idea what he goes by or
If it's a shame, I don't know.
what his name is, but
Stop assuming genders, Tyler.
okay.
Remember that we're living in a time where it's not supposed to be any
Yeah,
genders.
he's gonna bring by. He's gonna be having first.
You mean-
or something?
Oh, he's actually bringing a fursuit?
Yeah, he's bringing a fursuit. He asked me, "Are you guys okay with a fursuit?" And I said,
Oh dear God.
Also, guys, this
hell
room, I really gotta thank that one lady for putting us in this room because this is a big suite. This is a
Yeah, I'd say we got a good deal on
This
this.
is a good room, even if it's not 2 beds. It's a very nice room. The one downstairs is about the size of a normal hotel room, but it's still very nice itself as well. So
I bet you Joker's gonna flip his lid once he sees this.
he's gonna be. I'm sure
He's gonna be all sorts of mad.
I mean,
He mad.
I put in a request for 2 room for a room. I ordered a room with 2 beds, but they listed it down as a request or whatever instead. And I've never had a situation where I've ordered a room with 2 beds and they gave me a room with 1 bed. So.
Well, technically that is a double bed, so.
Yeah, this is enough
This is
room
a
for
queen.
2 people.
Yeah, this is a queen size bed.
Even though it's not, I don't think it's long enough to be a queen, but whatever. This is gonna be a problem sometime tonight. I guarantee you that someone's gonna hit their head on this. Odds are it'll be me because I'm saying it.
But we'll work things out with Joker and all of them when they get here.
Alright.
So, if I'm not going to be interrupted once again, odds are that I will be. So, as I was trying to explain, I went by the train for about 2-3 hours, going from Sweden to Copenhagen. Then I had a few problems, but it got resolved. So I got to the security check. I got, with the help of Vance, I managed to check on with the planes, and actually managed to get a window seat for the first plane.
Depending on how, now that I'm comfortable with where I am in the city and where the hotel is and where the,
You sure you're not tired?
I'm feeling a little better, so I'm just going to check how far it is. If it's,
It's probably only like 20 minutes or something like that from here.
What did I tell you guys? Interrupted again.
That's what happens when you have people. You just continue. Work with it. Be a star.
Don't tell me what to do, Dad. By the way, you're not really my dad. You're too young to be my
You
dad.
wish.
Hell no. I'd rather have you as my brother, which you are.
The
Okay.
air just shut off. Don't worry. It's not ghosts.
Are you sure? I mean, we could do some ghost adventures here.
We're gonna grab ourselves a PKE meters. We're gonna go around this store. We're gonna go over here. I swear to God, I hear moans every time in this specific corner, and I don't mean the spooky kind of moans. I mean the
Yeah, whatever. So, came to Copenhagen. With the help of Vance, I managed to get the flight with my baggage checked in. Then I was just waiting for the plane to come, and I was nervous, guys. Because if I didn't say it on my first vlog, I had not flown since I was 7 years old, which is now 18 years ago. So I was very nervous with the first flight, but I managed to pull it through, even though it was very bumpy towards the end. There was more turbulence than they expected, but I landed softly in Heathrow, England. Well, in London, England. Heathrow is not a city, it's just the name of the airport. So then it just was another, funny story about that. This guy over here, Vance, he told me specifically, what was it you said? Not to leave the area?
I told you, once you get off your first flight, don't go anywhere else except for your next terminal. Go straight to where you need to get on your next flight.
Right. And what did I end up doing?
You went to check to see if your bags were there.
Yes, because I did realize that since I was on a connected flight, the bags would be able to come to the plane without me having to go down and check so I could take it. So once I got that solved,
is it the departure area that you go to pick up people?
You go to where they're flying British Airs. So basically, you ask whoever it is where they're letting people off from British Airs specifically because there's a section
there's
for each place.
two different areas marked. There's departures and there's arrivals.
You go to
departures.
You go to arrivals.
Arrivals. All right.
Yeah, go to just basically ask them where
Alright, go ahead and send him, it's only 15 minutes away, so go ahead and send him a message that I'm gonna just power through it, I'll come pick him up.
Okay.
Me and you will go out there and we'll take care of that stuff.
Sure.
Johnny can hang out here, he can use the PlayStation system, use the TV and all that
I
stuff.
can play some.
Then I can explain to Joker in the car while we're there, hey, by the way, we didn't get the type of rooms we expected.
And then we can deal with the repercussions later. In fact, I think his flight should be here in about maybe 10 minutes. Depending on how long it takes for him to get through customs.
Well, hopefully he shouldn't have any problems like I had. Long story about that. After I went on the plane to Baltimore, which took about 8 hours plus because it got delayed a little bit. Well, delayed and delayed. Where we were on towards the end of the flight, they kind of took a detour to avoid some turbulence. But after a very rough landing, my ass kind of felt sore even after 10 minutes after the landing.
Alright, so I say, let's go ahead, put away all our stuff that we each have. Let's clean up a little bit. Our room's nice and neat.
So once I got through the plane, I went to the
Did you just get one for
first security check.
Oh, right.
And it went so smoothly until I came to a. Well, she kind of looked like she was very. She looked like she was very bored.
I was gonna say, what I meant was, I thought he was gonna text us when he was ready or whatever, but I guess.
All right, I'll just change.
No, we'll just drive up there. Let me drink.
Sure.
Let me drink coffee, then we'll leave.
Okay.
So, with this lady, she kind of looked like she was half bored, half angry.
And this will give us
And-
a chance also to get all the booze and shit.
We're not underage, by the way.
We're all over 20.
21.
Actually,
Legal age is 21 here.
Yeah. And I'm actually the oldest, followed by Tyler by just, what I said, 1 month and 4 days. Because you're on May 28th, right?
Still my PS2?
No.
Because I think mine's just as dusty.
Let's not respond to that. Anyway, so once I got to that lady, she asked me with regarding the flight if I had like booked it or something, but
We'll figure it out.
I said that I hadn't, but a friend had done it, so she can ask for the name. And that's the thing, I do not know Joker's name, because I only know him as Joker. So she called up a colleague, a male colleague. They did some magic, I guess. And
She
I
like me a little more than you.
Why did you say that?
Because she gave me this nice ass room and the other one's just the size of a regular hotel room.
Well,
Cat
for
fight.
mine, it wasn't mine. It wasn't my room. Because
Well,
you spelled
no.
my name wrong.
anyway,
Never lets you forget it.
Even though there's-
just make sure you connect Tyler. Just make sure that you connect either the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 4
All right.
before you
Make
guys
sure you
leave.
connect it before you go.
Yeah.
So, after some magic, I managed to redo the entire fingerprint thing and the checking in the camera thing.
Yep.
And I was on my way to get my bags, or my bag. I had the other two with me already. And once I got that, I went to like this final checkout. But then it came some more problems again. I don't really remember what it was. I think Vance can remember what it was.
What are you talking about?
When I came to that guy that was looking for you and your mom. So sorry for the interruption, guys. As you see, recording. The battery died. But thankfully I had a second battery with me, so I'm charging my first one over there. So as we were trying to say, after
Isn't there there's some like chords over here, like inputs over here on this side. You kind of say like always look like that. With body beats, you were able to
button on the stupid thing that works.
well, there's the remote over there.
this is the remote.
Yeah, I've been trying this remote. It doesn't have an option for input on the.
Anyway, going back. So as I was saying, I got my bag.
The issue with your flight, or the issue with the whole security thing, was because he didn't pay for his flight.
Which I already explained.
Yeah, so they were kind of suspicious over the fact that he didn't pay for his flight, and then when they asked who did, he instead of giving Joker's real name, he proceeded to call him Joker. And in America, that sets off some red flags. So.
But technically, I'm not at fault.
Yeah, he wasn't at fault because, I mean, he didn't know Joker's real name.
Nor did Joker tell me his real name. I only really know him as Adam. That was all.
Although, I will say you should have led with Adam instead of Joker.
But it was just common. I'm so used to calling him Joker.
Right.
They just went off like that. Anyway, after that got fixed, and after the security guy found Vance and his mom, he came back to me and said that he found Vance and his mom, but they did not know about me.
Who are you?
Thankfully, it was just the... and here's the thing. I thought that was actually something that Vance said himself. So I was ready to give him an additional punch. Just for the record, I have a hit list going on.
Probably a real one, first of all.
But it was just what the security guy said. Just to mess with me for being a first-time flyer. Anyway, so after that I went with Vance, found him and his mom and his sister. And, well, we just went to his home. Then we unloaded my stuff. Then we went to get some bacon-zilla from Checkers. What are you doing?
I'm trying to be entertaining because you keep that camera held on. Well, it's
That they were scheduled to land at like 18:25, which is 6 o'clock.
6:30.
6:30 now, and then they have to go through customs. So probably 19 is what he said.
So that would be like 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Anyway, so after that we went to get bacon-zilla on Checkers, which are still massive. I mean, I couldn't fit my entire mouth in with it. And some other stuff from like Walmart, for example. And that pretty much sums up for what happened yesterday. Today, me, Vance, Tyler, and two other guys, Ian and Noah, we all went into DC today, actually. Went to see both the Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial. I actually got to see the memorial for Johan Eriksson, apparently a Swedish American who, for example, invented the what was his name, guys? That Johan Eriksson invented the propeller.
Turbine?
No, it's not. It wasn't the turbine. It was. Wasn't it like spin propeller or something like that?
I don't know. You read it, Tyler, but he's busy.
Yeah. Otherwise, you guys can look it up on the internet. And after that, by the way, when we're going to DC, we were in rush hour, so it took us around 2 hours, if not more. And sadly,
14 billion hours.
sadly, poor Tyler here. He was driving all the way, even though I offered to drive, but that would have been illegal. But the thing was also that he had zero sleep, so that's why he's drinking some coffee now. But so 2 hours to get to DC. Then after we dropped off Noah, and we was us the rest of 4 left. It took us about another, if not more than 2 hours to get from DC to the hotel, the Marionette in Baltimore, Maryland. Sponsored, not sponsored. And so that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we're just gonna go and get the badges, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow from between 3 to I think 10 o'clock is when we can pick up our bags.
Right. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do tomorrow, and maybe go around the Maryland, Baltimore a little bit.
Maybe. Odds are tomorrow they'll probably want to go to Dick's last resort.
Which I've heard is a very fun place to be at.
Oh yes, very fun.
And thanks for being with us.
The best.
Major averages
Very
in the red
polite.
again today as the crisis in North Korea
Right.
worsens. We'll tell you all about that.
So, with that said, guys, I think it's time to wrap up this vlog. See you guys in. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more vlogging.